When I say bring receipts, I mean bring receipts. When I say that I am an advocate for the disabled, the homeless, and the military, I'm undefeated, especially in bringing receipts. My own people, black folks, like to presume it's for them or me because I'm advocating for the other three. But they're stupid because their fucking asses don't understand the fact that me being there, being black and a woman, is advocating for those other groups. So when I say, fuck your civil rights, that's why. They want you to be civil so they can be righteous and using it against you. They want you to play political power games. I tell you to sit down when I tell you to do what I tell you to. Don't ask me no fucking questions. And if you do, I'm gonna make um uh, 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 um I'll make an example out of you. Well, in this case, me. See? And you bitches, because I was missing teeth or I wasn't politically correct enough for your black asses. You been deleted that bullshit. Roland Martin and the rest of you. You got a goofy bitch over here looking a lot like my younger sister, my mother's younger sister. I don't give a shit. Simply, she ain't getting shit from Unpack Your Black. Period. I will put it out of business before I let her get shit. She done ate off me all her fucking life. She ain't eating a goddamn thing. Neither are the rest of y'all. No, 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 no. Your goopy A double S's went out there and got the PPP loans and got yourselves messed up. Now you want me to help you. Nah. You bent the knee to Kwame Brown, Anton Daniels, and all the rest of them clowns. They knew full well what it was. You know, y'all thought, ooh, because he been a millionaire since he was 18, he must know something. But he was telling you the whole time that he was financially illiterate, stupid. And you weren't fucking getting it. I showed you videos of ball players who wasn't going to be because they had gotten finagled by a chick. And what did he end up doing? Getting played by Courtney Michelle, Queen Regina, and Sister T. A bunch of mammies making him bend the knee. Otherwise, breaking the buck for cheap. And y'all wonder why I don't want no parts of him or the rest of them. That's your manosphere. That's your old school quo, a status quo way of thinking. Why you gonna put that black man on blast and he gonna lose this and that? He ain't covering my bills. He ain't paying my rent. He ain't feeding my seeds. His basketball money didn't go into my taxes. Now did it? As a matter of fact, he told you he one of them black folks who work with them white folks who don't be paying taxes. He be trying to find a loophole. But you pay your taxes, because if you don't pay your taxes, you can't do nothing. Huh? But you ain't listen. I said he invested in Verizon, private prisons. You ain't listen. So when him and his friends sent me a private prison, calling it a homeless shelter, and Adam 22 and all them, y'all thought I wasn't paying attention or listening. So what I did was talk to the little homies on the street and the big homies in the clinic. I said, look here. Y'all see this how they think about y'all? They think when you get out, you gonna need them. So they gonna eat off you then. They gonna put some money on your books now, so when you get out, they can turn you out. Cause the outside is too hard, ain't it? Huh? Didn't these same people set it up so that if you get a degree, you can't use that bitch on the street? Huh? James Mathis is an exception, not the rule, man. But they told you could be just too. With some tough love, what they do. Make you tough. mean, unlovable to every other human being but me. And I show my love in the kindest way possible by letting you be you, homie. Because you take it upon yourself to get up with your rich white cronies and come against me, not knowing that Elon Musk believes in brilliance more than anything else. Genius is what makes the world go round, not money, honey. So we, all of you Bitcoin boys and all your BS from the algorithm, and I'm still sitting in it, pretty, telling the truth about financial literacy, everything else, also physics. Because trust and believe me, if all I was doing was talking about financial literacy, they would have left me be. But it's not your nonprofit. It's me. Your model is based off of a human fucking being. It has to be nonprofit. And you still have to acknowledge me in it. Since none of you have done that, you are under judgment at this time. Y'all aren't paying attention. It's happening out of Trump. It's happening to Charles. It's happening to Mark Zuckerberg. It's happening to Musk. All of them. See, they have the money to survive this thing. And you ignorant beat me, Democrat or Republican, black or white, Hispanics, black communities are all insolvent. In comparison to those men, possibly not Trump, but the rest of them, you're insolvent. You can't make up the deficit that they can make up. Even paying me, they'll survive this thing. Working with me, they will come out ahead in the long run. They understand that. You refuse to respect or understand that. Because you can't do it. I've had enough of being nice to people who don't deserve any type of kindness in the world, honey. None. Y'all get real mad all the talking about how white people disrespect you, do this, that, and the third to you. But it's you doing it to yourself. Y'all don't love nobody, not yourselves, not nobody else. Y'all understand this? Let me tell you. You've been watching TV for years. You have watched them indoctrinate you, and you ain't did diddly out here. You don't believe me? You are the weakest. Hold on, back up. I'm gonna play it out for you so you can get the message of Americans and not just black people. You had the British invasion in the 60s and 70s, right? That was with the Beatles and them, right? That was the first time they tried to come over here and say, okay, by way of the industry. Hold on. I know because y'all thought y'all was going to stop me from getting weeds. Y'all can go ahead and shorten that shit. Make sure I get my money quick. Now then. She don't know y'all. Hey, she might find out though. I might just tell her. Anyway, it goes like this. You got the British invasion of the 60s and 70s. And then nothing for a bit. Then you get television. You get the weakest link, Gordon Ramsay on Hell's Kitchen, and Donald Trump with The Apprentice. Them three. Those are the three that indoctrinate you to believe you have to be a certain level of rich or else you ain't shit. Okay? hmm That was phase two. Phase three happened, I believe, about 3 or 4 years ago during Black History Month one year. Y'all didn't pay attention. They did it everywhere, but YouTube was easy to see. During Black History Month, there were pretty much no Black American content creators they shouted out. They shouted out either Caribbean or European content creators. Why do you think that is? They wanted black people they could control. Yes or no? So when they implanted them and took us out, others wouldn't notice. especially when we were all sitting inside and it couldn't be seen. But you remember me telling you yesterday about that whole intergalactic stellar thing? You know how we wanted to go to Deep Space Nine? We got Colonel Picard and Captain Kirk. I want you to put the things together and see if you can't make it work. Is there a possibility that maybe around the time that you're seeing these things on television, they're documenting someone's lived fucking reality? Had we not already started doing the Orwellian things by then? Basically, them aliens, and for the last 300 years, they've been able to indoctrinate us into believing that we are not worthy of alien technology. Black Americans, not all of them, not black humans. Now they see that little plaque up to space and it had white folks on it because they already knew what they was trying to do. They were trying to make it an all-white space to the space race. How many African countries do you know of that are on their way to space today? They'd be a country that don't spend its money with the European Union that's in space today. Huh? I thought so. Yeah, I'm putting down. Basically, they were limiting it to men and rich men at that. They got to space though, and space was like, wait a minute. On this plaque, it says at least a woman, so they got women. And then space was like, well, we're gonna go down here and look around and see some chicks. Y'all seem like y'all been lying to us for a hot minute. And that's what happened around 2020. In 2022, that's when I died. And they're like, whoa, we've been looking for you. So basically, if these men don't come up off it and tell the truth, the planet's ruined. There are other places for humanity to go, just so you know. Be colonized. And I have said that we're not going to conquer anybody. Yet, I will tell you this: any planet or system out there that has come for me and humanity, you can see I mean business. I'm no longer being patient. I don't give a shit. Most of the people running the levels of authority above the United States president, including the guy that's in the office right now, are either some type of alien bot or other type of being. Y'all should read the Constitution. Why do we even have a word like inalienable if not for aliens? And they wrote it into the city as long as we've been in existence. North America, specifically the United States, is a portal. It was built that way, ladies and gentlemen.
I know you want to make me a conspiracy theorist and you want to make me crazy and all the rest of it. It's just, it makes too much sense. But when I tell you that we've had dynasties that have been, 3, 4,000 years old, and how did they handle that? America's only 200 years old, 250, and we ain't doing the same thing. Or are we? Some don't make sense, right? It's very collective hive mind on how to stay. Believe in survival over thriving. After you survive long enough, you get to thrive. I don't believe that's true. Neither do most Black Americans. And today, that's most Americans. Most Americans are thankful for the day, for their food, for the air that they breathe, those few basic things, right? They're not out here striving for what others believe success looks like. And that's the reason we all have uh, our own road to stuff. So I really need to. So if you can see all of that, that is resin. It's consumable. It's smokable. I put it in this same. So I want you to understand, right? This is a point. There's a point. This is cannabis resin, still consumable, even in this form. You cannot consume tobacco in this form. Burn down a tree, and it gets to this. Can't do shit with it. This is beyond charcoal. Cannabis remains usable, sustainable. Could we use this resin to fuel the planet and come up off the toxins? Now you hear me talking. The oil that your president seeks, this. The natural oils released in cannabis. What could the overproduction of cannabis lead to in American society? Could we use it to power engines the way that they attempted to with corn and then Monsanto? See, you can use hemp cannabis to make clothing, to do all kinds of things. That's what they don't want me to expose because I said that the cannabis industry should belong to Black people. One sustainable crop on the market that only Black people can control and those who support them in social equity and its efforts at reform. Imagine that. Imagine you put that money into this, me, cannabis, social equity, and we start reaching for the stars, real ones, not celebrity status and 16 cars. Think we take 9 cars. But it's up to humanity to compete. And nobody shit when it was Johnson and Johnson providing so-called medicine. Here I am trying to offer herbal healing and stability. And because I say it comes with this one requirement, it's too much for humanity, then humanity is just going to have to wait. Y'all continue to die at an exponential rate because I'm not coming up off this. I'm not. So however long it takes for your medical doctors in their whiteness To recognize everything that it took me to understand in 15 minutes living black in this community. You determine whether or not you got time for that. Me, I'm gonna keep minding my business, smoking my weed, and living rent in y'all's heads. And no, this ain't because I'm mad about one incident. Do you understand? All the things that I said in this 20-minute video, y'all repeat it, but I'm gonna let you. I just want you to know that it's your choice. Remember, I said that there are spaces beyond the galaxy, the universe, and that's indeed where you're gonna find